Meet with the Alabama NFL All-State Team in 2021. All-State is a high school accolade, but it also can be applied to the NFL if all the players on the team come from the same state, such as AL.com's NFL All-State Team for the 2021 season. All the selections played football at Alabama high schools and colleges. The team was chosen from the more than 150 players with Alabama football roots who appeared on NFL teams' active rosters during the 2021 regular season. Some of the positions were thick with worthy choices, and at other positions the candidates were less abundant. More NFL times Alabama roots. Who was the best NFL player of 2021? Times Alabama alumni extend NFL touchdown streak with record season. Times Mack Jones to have new play caller, less ice cream in 2022. Here's the NFL All-State Team for Alabama for this season. Offense. Quarterback, Mack Jones, New England Patriots. A former Alabama All-American made the transition to the NFL by starting every game as a rookie and playing in the Pro Bowl. Jones completed 353 of 521 passes for 3,801 yards with 22 touchdowns and 13 interceptions and ran for 129 yards on 44 carries as the Patriots returned to the playoffs after missing the postseason in 2020. Running back, Najee Harris, Pittsburgh Steelers. A former Alabama All-American led the NFL in touches as a rookie, and despite all that time with the football in his hands, did not lose a fumble during the regular season. Harris ran for 1,200 yards and 7 touchdowns on 307 carries and caught 74 passes for 467 yards and 3 touchdowns. He helped Pittsburgh reach the playoffs, and he played in the Pro Bowl. Wide receiver, Tyreek Hill, Kansas City Chiefs. A former West Alabama standout caught 111 passes for 1,239 yards and 9 touchdowns as he earned Pro Bowl recognition for the 6th straight season. He caught another 23 passes for 285 yards and 3 touchdowns in 3 postseason games. Wide receiver, Jalen Waddle, Miami Dolphins. A former Alabama standout caught 104 passes for 1,015 yards and 6 touchdowns as he set an NFL record for receptions by a rookie. Waddle also had a rushing TD as he earned a spot on the All-Rookie team. Wide receiver, Darnell Mooney, Chicago Bears. A former Gadsden City High School star caught 81 passes for 1,055 yards and 4 touchdowns in 2021 and also ran for a touchdown in his second NFL campaign. Tight end, C.J. Uzomah, Cincinnati Bengals. A former Auburn standout had his best season with 49 receptions for 493 yards and 5 touchdowns, but his contributions for the Bengals went beyond his stats. Uzomah had a vocal role as a team leader and spokesman as Cincinnati won the AFC Championship. Center, Ben Jones, Tennessee Titans. A former Bibb County High School star played 1,159 snaps as Tennessee posted the best record in the AFC during the regular season, and he gave up 1 sack during the campaign. Guard, Landon Dickerson, Philadelphia Eagles. A former Alabama All-American was barely ready when the season started because of a knee injury sustained in the 2022 championship game, but injuries cleared a spot in the lineup for the rookie by the end of September, and Dickerson started 13 games. In ESPN Analytics run-block win rate, Dickerson finished second among the league's guards for the NFL's #1 rushing team. Guard, Titus Howard, Houston Texans. A former Alabama State standout played most of the season at left guard, although by the end of the campaign, Howard was working at left tackle for the Texans. Howard was charged with yielding 2 sacks at the 2 spots combined. Offensive tackle, Braden Smith, Indianapolis Colts. A former Auburn All-American finished 4th in pass block win rate and 5th in run block win rate in ESPN Analytics ratings of the league's offensive tackles. Smith played on the right side for the Colts. Offensive tackle, Jonah Williams, Cincinnati Bengals. A former Alabama All-American helped the Bengals reach Super Bowl LVI playing left tackle as he avoided the injuries that had spoiled his first 2 seasons in the NFL. The Cincinnati offensive line had its problems this season, but Williams helped the Bengals produce 2 1,000-yard receivers and a 1,200-yard rusher. Defense. Defensive interior, Jonathan Allen, Washington football team. The former Alabama All-American earned his first Pro Bowl invitation by recording 62 tackles, 9 sacks, 10 tackles for loss and 30 quarterback hits. Allen had more sacks in 2021 than any other player with Alabama football roots. Defensive interior, Ashawn Robinson, Los Angeles Rams. The former Alabama All-American had 67 tackles to lead the defensive linemen from state high schools and colleges in 2021. Robinson had another 22 tackles in 4 postseason games plus a sack in Super Bowl LVI as the Rams won the NFL championship. Edge, Josh Allen, Jacksonville Jaguars. The former Abbeville High School star had 12 tackles for lost the most among players with Alabama football roots and 7.5 sacks to go with 71 tackles while playing outside linebacker in 2021. Edge, Mario Addison, Buffalo Bills, a former Tarrant High School and Troy standout, started his NFL career as a pass rush specialist before becoming a starting lineup defensive end. Addison is back to being more of a pass rush specialist, but in his 10th NFL season he can still get that job done, recording 7 sacks for the league's #1 defense in 2021. Inside linebacker, C.J. Mosley, New York Jets, a former Theodore High School and Alabama standout, made 168 tackles, the most on record in one season for a player from an Alabama high school or college. Mosley's tackles included 103 solo stops. Inside linebacker, Josh Bynes, Baltimore Ravens, a former Auburn standout, returned to Baltimore in 2021 to take charge of the Ravens' young linebackers, and he showed he can still get it done against the run with 76 tackles and 6 tackles for loss. He also recorded 2 sacks. Cornerback, Trayvon Diggs, Dallas Cowboys, a former Alabama standout, made first-team All-Pro as he led the NFL with 11 interceptions, the highest single-season total in the league since 1981. Diggs returned 2 of his interceptions for touchdowns. Quarterbacks targeting Diggs had a passing efficiency rating of 55.8. Cornerback, Jamal, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a former Auburn standout, helped steady the Buccaneers secondary through an outbreak of injuries as he recorded 53 tackles and 2 interceptions in 15 games. Quarterbacks targeting Dean had a passing efficiency rating of 50.0 as he was not charged with yielding a TD pass during the regular season and allowed only a 48.5% completion rate. Cornerback, Patrick Surtain, Denver Broncos, a former Alabama All-American, had 58 tackles and 4 interceptions, including 1 returned 70 yards for a touchdown in his rookie season. Quarterbacks targeting Surtain had a passing efficiency rating of 61.3. Safety, Minkah Fitzpatrick, Pittsburgh Steelers, a former Alabama All-American, backstopped the Steelers' defense by making 124 tackles to go with 2 interceptions and 1 fumble recovery. Safety, Xavier McKinney, New York Giants, a former Alabama standout, hardly came off the field for the Giants' defense in his first full season and finished with 93 tackles. He also intercepted 5 passes, including 1 returned for a touchdown. Specialists, kicker, Daniel Carlson, Las Vegas Raiders, a former Auburn standout, tied for the NFL scoring lead in 2021 with 150 points. Carlson made 40 of 43 field goal attempts and 30 of 33 extra point kicks. 5 of the Raiders' 10 victories came when Carlson made a field goal on the final snap of the game. He became the first kicker in NFL history to win 4 Player of the Week awards in the same season, and his 40 field goals have been exceeded in one season by only one NFL kicker. Punter, Ty Long, Los Angeles Chargers, a former UAB standout, averaged 45.5 yards on 46 punts in the 2021 season. Long snapper, Josh Harris, Atlanta Falcons, a former Auburn standout, went to the Pro Bowl as the NFC long snapper in his 10th NFL season. Special teamer, Tremon Smith, Houston Texans, a former Sachs High School quarterback, is now an NFL cornerback. In 2021, Smith averaged 25.6 yards on 21 kickoff returns, including 1 he took back 98 yards for a touchdown, and he also made 8 tackles on special teams. For more of all.com's coverage of the NFL, go to our NFL page. Mark Anabanet is a sports reporter for Alabama Media Group. Follow him on Twitter at @AMarkG1.